the deal, guys? We're here with the one and only Mikey Garcia. We got the weigh-in. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roche. Lamont coming up from 130. What should he expect fighting Gervonta Tank Davis at 135?
Oh man, look, I'm a big fan of Tank Davis. I think he's super exciting and one of the best lightweights. His power definitely one of the greatest, and heaviest punchers in the divisions. I think Lamont Roche needs to be very careful with Tank's power. Roche probably never faced anybody like Tank with that kind of power, so he should be very, very aware of that. But he's here to fight. I'm sure he's gonna come out here. We're gonna see the best version of Roche as well. So Tank can, overlook anything. That's what makes this fight interesting, because anytime you're fighting, for world titles like this, the best version is gonna come out, and I think the fans are gonna be very excited to see this kind of fight.
Now, Lamont Roche fighting at this magnitude, fighting Tank Davis, even though Gervonta Tank Davis is used to fighting at this magnitude, can that mentally mess with a fighter?
It can, but every fighter's a little different. I think Roche has probably learned over the last few years, grown and matured fight by fight. So, can it affect someone? Sure. I never felt like a fight like this affected me, but you see it once in a while where it might affect a fighter. Tank's is obviously in his natural habitat here. He's accustomed to this kind of event. We just gotta wait and see what Roche does tomorrow night.
Can we get a prediction?
I think Tank wins. I think Tank probably wins. And being that Tank is a heavy puncher, I'd like to see a stoppage somewhere in the middle of the fight, 6th, 7th round, something like that. Tank usually gets the job done like that.
Now, before we get out of here, because I know there's a lot going on right now, I want to get a prediction from Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.
Well, I like Crawford because he's one of the best skilled fighters of this generation. I've always been a fan. I think his skills are some of the best you will see, but being, Canelo Alvarez size advantage, that's going to be tough to overcome with just skill. Now, Crawford has shown that he has been bulking up quite a lot, but I don't know if that'll help him. I would like to see him, move around and box, be very fast. Bulking up so much might actually slow him down. I think his best advantage would be to box Canelo, being that Canelo is heavier. But again, that makes it for an interesting fight. Whether we see Crawford that boxes all night and pulls off the upset and wins by decision, or can Canelo, stop him or impose his power and size. So I think overall both fighters are going to win because they're making a huge amount of money. And that's what it's about at this point.
Okay, now we're here with Mikey Garcia for people who don't know. Now, your career. Let's talk, you fought everybody. You move up to work, you fought Earl Spence. What's so difficult about guys moving up? What's that challenge?
If you want to prove yourself and you feel like you've done enough in one division, you want to challenge yourself a little more against a bigger guy, that's always going to be a challenge in itself. The bigger man will be able to take a better punch, naturally bigger in size, naturally heavier, for the most part taller, more reach. So that's the challenge, but that's a way for you to show the world, the boxing world, how great of a fighter you could be, that you're, a much smaller fighter and still able to compete at the higher divisions. So my last 3 fights were at welterweight. I never weighed in at 147. I was weighing in about 43 or 44, but that was part of the challenge that I was willing to take. And didn't always come with the win. It's just the way it is.
Definitely. We appreciate your time, brother.